guys, so today we're going to talk about what we can do if we've done some activity and we have some low back pain, tightness, soreness, which that'll happen sometimes. I don't think it's realistic to say like, oh, this will never get sore back here, but I do think it shouldn't happen every time we work out. So if it is, we obviously need to be working on the breathing like we talked about the first video, maybe proper bracing when we're lifting, and really work on that position where my ribs are down and not overextended. But these are some things you can do, one, to work on to help calm those muscles down, make you feel a little better, and also improve some strength so maybe this position becomes easier. So first, we're just gonna take a lacrosse ball. We're gonna roll out our QL, which is right back here, that little corner of our back, and then also all around our glute, the side and the front. So we'd roll around in here, put a little pressure into it, find those sore spots, spend a little extra time. Then you're gonna go down to the ground, and I'm gonna find my hip bone, and I'm gonna roll right inside. So it's really like your lower stomach to really get the top of that psoas muscle, which is where our hip flexor attaches. So we'll go here, right inside, and then lay down. You might even need to use something a little bigger. So this is a little bit small, and so thinking about maybe like a softball or something to dig in there a little bit more, trying to stay nice and relaxed. After we lacrosse ball, we can spend some time doing some stretching. So I'm gonna show you 3 stretches. It's great to work on that good diaphragmatic breathing while you're stretching. So really working on expanding through your midsection. Stretch number 1 is just sitting crisscross applesauce, reaching down to the middle, dropping your head down, and staying in that position as you take those slow, long inhales, feeling your low back expand, and then exhaling slowly also. Then you'll go to one side, and then you'll do the other. I recommend about 6 breaths that take 6 seconds in and 6 seconds out, so you're getting some nice time in that position. The next stretch would be a couch stretch, which is probably pretty familiar to most of you, trying to stretch out the front here. Well, when we do it, we wanna make sure our rib cage stays down. So I'm not just trying to lift my chest, I'm really trying to press my ribs down and then press open through my hips, so I'm stretching all the way at the top of that muscle. And then the last one, we're gonna do a trunk rotation stretch. So just thinking about laying all the way down and crossing that leg up and over and holding this. Same thing, ribs are down, we're not extended, and we're working on those good slow breaths in our midsection. From stretching, I'm gonna give you guys 2 strengthening exercises to do. There are a ton of strength and stability things you can do to help improve core strength, stability, improve like your abdominal control of your pelvis. We're gonna start with 2. So number 1, we're just gonna work on laying on our back, rocking our hips down so our low back is pressed down to the floor. From here, I'm gonna lift one leg and then the other, not allowing my hips to rock forward. So I wanna be in that nice position here, and then if that's pretty hard to do just like this, I can just hold it, and that can be my whole exercise. If it's pretty easy, we can start to work in some little toe taps, and we can even work on doing it just holding our arms overhead and staying really controlled through that midsection. So that hits the front, and then we're also gonna work on giving our knee a hug and pressing up in a bridge, but really thinking about keeping our ribs down, not just sticking them out and lifting as high as we can. So we wanna really engage that glute and hamstring and not engage our low back. So those are 2 strengthening exercises to try. There's a ton more you could add in to be stronger, more stable, really control that back soreness and pain. But that's pretty individualized, so it might be best to see a rehab professional, a therapist, a chiropractor that you like to work with. The last thing I'd say is the breathing that we talked about in the beginning. That can be an exercise in itself. So sometimes just going down to the ground and sitting back to your heels, being down in that position and working on really inhaling and expanding through your low back can help really calm those low back muscles down. So there are some tips, some things to try, especially if you're someone who has frequent low back soreness. Let us know if you have any questions, and have a great day.